Good morning, everyone. Mr. Grocott here with some more maths for you today. Today we're going to be looking at adding two three-digit numbers, crossing 10 or 100. Okay, so we did a bit of this on Friday, but we didn't cross the 10 or hundreds. So today we're going to be looking at doing that. So let's start off. Mr. Rose earns £124 on Monday. He earns £138 on Tuesday. How much does he earn in total? Now, there's two ways we've been looking at this, depending on which way you're more comfortable. You can go for either the Deans and counters method, which we will do first. So we've got our ones. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add 4. So 8 add 4. Well, that gives me 12. We've then got our tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 tens. And we've got our hundreds. 1, 2, 200. Now, have I done that correctly? Hopefully you're all sat there shaking your head saying no, you haven't. Because what haven't I done? I haven't taken into account that there's 12 ones here. And we can't have 12 ones. Because we've got a 10. So what should I have done with that 10? Well, I should have taken it and exchanged it for a 10. Should have taken those 10 ones, said, here you go, give me a 10 in exchange. So let's change the colour. So we're going to exchange, we're going to carry a 10 over. That did not change the colour like I wanted it to. There we go. So there's my exchange number. Which means now I've got to do 3 add 2, but also add this extra 1 here. So it's not 5, it's 6. So my answer isn't 250/12, it's 262. Now, if you're confident without the Deans and counters, you can, of course, just go for the plain column method. We're using the numbers. So yet again, we've got 8 add 4 is 12. So we put the 2, our 2 ones in the ones column, carry our 1 over. 3 add 2 add 1 is 6. And 1 add 1 is 2. And as you can see, I've got exactly the same answer. Doesn't matter which method I used. So, on to our next one. Dexter scores 351 points in the game. Rosie scores 263 points. How much do they score altogether? Now I'm going to ask you to pause here and have a go. You can use whichever method you like. And when you come back, we'll go through both. And welcome back if you paused. So let's start off with the plain column addition using just numbers. We have in our ones, we've got 1 and 3. So that's 4. We've got 5 add 6, which is 11. Now, hopefully you'll have realised we can't have 11 tens because that's 110. So we have to take that 100 and exchange it. We're going to say, here's 10 tens, give me 100. So I'm going to carry 100 over. So now I've got to do 3, add 2, add 1. 3 add 2 is 5, add 1 is 6. So now I've got 614. Let's see if that works here. So I've got 1 add 3 is 4. 5 add 6 is 11. So yet again, I'm going to swap 10 of those 10s for our 100. So let's visualize it. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've now got 110 and I've gained 100. 1, 3 add 3, 6. Okay? And as you can see, I got the same answer on both methods. Now then, let's see if we can figure out this one. Now, this is why I always say you start with the ones. Because if I have to carry a 1 over to the tens, it might affect how many tens and whether I carry over any to the hundreds. So let's just work this out first, starting from the hundreds. Let's do it the wrong way first to show you what I mean. So 3 add 2 is 5. 6 add 3 is 9. And 5 add 8 is 13. Which means I've now got to go back and change my tens, which would mean I have 10 tens, which would mean I'd have to go back and change my hundreds. It would be a mess. It would take a long time. There's more chances for mistakes. Okay? So we're going to start with our ones. We're doing 5 add 8 is 13. We need to put our 3 here. Do the same here. Carry our 1 over. Where's my 3? There we go. So carry a 1 over to the tens. So now I've got 6 add 3 add 1, which is 10. So I'm going to put the 0 here. I'm going to put the 1 there. Same on this side. 0 there. 1 there. And now I've got 3 add 2 add 1, which is 6. So as you can see, my tens and hundreds were both affected by exchanging. That is why we always start with the ones. Okay? So let's have a look at the next set of questions. Now these sorts of questions are lovely because even though it's 2 3-digit numbers, we don't have to work out the whole addition. Okay? Just read it carefully. What does it say? 407 add 266 equals, the answer will have a something in the ones place. I'm not asking you to find out what that is equal to. I'm asking you what will be in that ones place. So do I need to add 407 266? No. I need to pick out the numbers that are in the ones places and add them together. So the ones in 407 is 7. The ones in 266 is 6. So I just need to do 7 add 6, which is 13. The answer will have a 3 in the ones place because that 10 would be carried over, leaving me with just 3. So the answer will have a 3 in the ones place, and that's it. Done. See if you can figure out number 2 and 3. And then we'll come back to number 4 together. Off you go. And welcome back if you've had a go. So, number 2. The answer will have a something in the ones place. Well, yet again, I just need to know that 9 is the ones of 319, and 1 is in the ones of 151. So 9 add 1 is 10. I would carry the 10 over and leave me with a 0 in the ones place. So we'll have a 0 in the ones. 813 add 139. Well, 3 is the ones in 813, and 9 is the ones in 139. 3 add 9 is 12. I would carry the 10 over, leaving me with a 2 in the ones place. Well done if you got that right. Number 4. 588 add 378 equals 967. Explain why you know this answer is incorrect. Well, I don't need to work out the whole thing, because I know 8 add 8 is 16. So how would there be a 7 in the ones? If 8 add 8 is 16, I can't have a 7 in the ones. So all I would write there is 8 add 8 add 8 is 16, which would mean the value of the ones is 6, because don't forget we'd carry that 10 over. Which would mean the values of the 1 is 6, not 7. There we go. Let's have a look at the next question. Now these missing number ones can be a bit tricky, but I believe we can do it. So, 400 and something 9 add some 20 something gives me something 52. Well, 2 is smaller than 9, so how would we work that out? Unless that 2 started off as a little 12. Because I know that 9 add 3 would give me 12, which means I would have to then carry the 10 over, leaving my 2 there, carry a 10 over, which means now something add 2 add 1 gives me 5. Well, 2 add 1 gives me 3. Add another 2 would give me my 5. So 429 add 23 gives me 452. Okay, so you have to be careful with these ones. Don't forget that 2 started off as a 12, and it was only because we carried the 10 over that ended up being a 2 and not a 3. So just take your time with those sorts of questions. Let's see if you can figure this one out. Something at 163 equals 500. And welcome back if you paused. So let's have a go. I'm going to do the column method first, and then I'll show you on the counter method. So something add 3 equals 0. Well, then that 0 must have started off as a 10. So 7 add 3 would give me 10. I carry my 1 over. Something add 6 add 1 gives me another 0. Well, 6 add 1 is 7. Add 3 would give me 10. So I would put the 0 in the 10s and carry my 1 over. And now something add 1 gives me 5. Well, 1 add 1 is 2. Add 3 gives me 5. So 337 add 163 equals 500. Same here. There we go. So I have to go up to the next 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would give me 0. Let's leave that point because there's no counters in there. Because I would exchange all of them for an extra 10. So 6 add a 10 is 7. Add 3 more 10s. Would mean that I get another 10. So that would be blank. And I'd carry over 100. 1 add 1 is 2. I need 3 more, so that must have been 3. And 337 was my answer again. So, silver today is questions 1 to 4. Gold is questions 5 to 8. And platinum will be on your separate sheet. If you have any questions, please feel free to email. And have a lovely day. Bye.